What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
Another week has passed, which means it's time for another Nightwish Wednesday. And if you're not familiar, this is the dedicated day of the week that I have where I continue my personal adventure discovering the music of Nightwish. So during the live premiere last week, somebody put in the chat, hey, next week, would you consider reacting to this old song from Nightwish? And I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was just in a good mood or I said yes without knowing what I was saying, but I was like, sure, why not? And this is probably a song that I wouldn't have chosen on my own, but I hold my promises. I said I was gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I will link this video in the description below. Today, I am gonna be listening to Nightwish, and for the first time, hearing their song, Planet Hell, live from End of an Era. Let's go! Is this the opening song? This build-up feels like opening song. Come on, Yuka. So far, just first gut reaction, this might be my favorite Tarja Era song I've heard so far. This rocks. And also, without looking it up, I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the opening song from End of an Era. Just the vibe of it, the build up, how the crowd was getting into it. And Tomas is still wearing his jacket. And we all know he wears his jacket earlier in the set and takes it off later. So... man, it just hit me, even though this is only like 15 years ago, how old and dated technology is starting to look, man. Even the technology on the stage, like the lighting and everything going on. I mean, that's pretty old by touring standards now. Like, there are generations of new lighting and video and everything that are out now. But anyways, so far, this rocks, man. And again, every time we go back, I love to see Yuka drumming. Yuka, if you're not familiar, Tama, signature exclusive artist. He's also playing Paiste cymbals. Had to leave Nightwish. I believe it was around 2014 from physical issues that he was having, but he still helps out with the band. He manages day-to-day stuff. And Kai has replaced him, as I'm sure most of you that are watching this know. But let's keep going. I'll get into some more gear down the line. probably reading too much into what I'm about to say, but if I remember right, if I'm not mistaken, this was Tarja's last show with Nightwish. So that being said, all the band members knew she was going to be gone after this show. Marco looks like he's looking at her pretty fierce while he's singing. I'm probably reading into this too much. Like, he's probably just interacting with her like normal. But regardless, Marco, as we've mentioned before, is a Warwick exclusive artist. On a lot of videos I've seen, I haven't seen him playing that bass too much. That is a Warwick Infinity 4-string. One thing I notice about Marco's picking while he's playing, he plays pretty high up, very close to the neck of the guitar, which a lot of bass players, there's a lot of different techniques, but me personally, like, if I ever played with a pick, I was playing way lower towards the bridge. I'm curious to know if he's doing that for a specific sound or that's just how he's comfortable playing. Empu rocking that ESP EV1, which is based on a Horizon body style, but that is his signature. A year before this, he started using ESP. They built him his own guitar. Super cool. And to this day, or at least the most recent videos I've seen, that's still the one he's rocking. So we're probably getting up to the bridge here. Let's continue. So far, I'm loving it. It's rocking. Tomas is doing some work. I know that they're not copying anybody, but that last riff sounded eerily familiar to Raining Blood by Slayer. Like when they're getting later in the song where it's like the like that. I just wanted to point that out. Let's keep going. Cool lighting look. Is that pyro? Hold on, we're going back. This video, I think, is only 720p, and I can't really see it that well. I can't tell if that's just lighting behind the backdrop or if that's actually pyro. That's pyro. Yep. And cryo. So we got pyro and cryo. That looked awesome. That was super cool. Ah, that rocked, man. I dug that. Let's go talk about it. Psych. We're not talking about it. So when I was searching for this song, I saw that there was a studio version of this done with Annette singing. And I realized I haven't heard Annette sing on anything yet except for the music video for The Islander, so we're going to watch the Planet Hell studio version with Annette singing. Let's go. World Tour rehearsals. Oh, SIR in LA. I've been there. Those toms on that kit sound so good. So that's my first time hearing Annette singing in a studio setting like this. And I think I just realized the argument between the singers, like we see a lot of the fans arguing between who they like the most. I don't think this argument has anything to do with skill or talent. I think this argument is purely based on dedication to each singer. Because in my opinion, she sounds fantastic with this. She really does. It's different, don't get me wrong. It's way different than Tarja, but I don't get it, man. I really don't. Like, why can't we just enjoy everything from everybody? Like, every song I've heard from every era of Nightwish sounds good in its own way. This argument's dumb. Let's keep going. One thing I didn't mention in the last video we just watched, Yuka is getting a fucking leg workout on this song. He's got, not only does he have solid double bass patterns going, but he's also got some other little gallops and other cool little intricate stuff going on, man. It sounds really cool. I love this song. I really do. Gear-wise, Marco is not playing the Infinity from Warwick anymore. He is playing his Vampire now. Curious about that switch. I don't know if it was a tonal thing or he got that Vampire and it's new and he wanted to use it or what. Empu still rocking the EV1. And as I've seen in other videos, Tomas is a huge fan of Yamaha, so he's using Yamaha. I'm not super familiar with keyboards. I can't remember all the models he uses, but man, this is great. Let's keep going. Ooh, good little pinch harmonic there. Before we get to this ending, so I saw this as World Tour Rehearsal. They are at SIR Studios in Los Angeles. It is one of the more popular places that bands do rehearse for tours. You got SIR, Third Encore, stuff like that. I'm assuming they're rehearsing for the North American part of this tour because not an insane amount of production stuff. And the thing that's kind of tipping me off on that is the scrims that are in front of their amps that have the designs and the logos on them. Those are pretty popular for bands that are playing in clubs. And I know when Nightwish tours North America, they're mostly in clubs and large theaters, which still blows my mind because this all around is an arena band to me, man. So let's finish this off. Yuka is doing some cool stuff. That was great. Oh, I missed what that said. Can I go back? I can. It does say Annette Hell. I thought it said that. Oh, man. There's some familiar names in there. Kimmo recorded this. He is the front of house engineer for Nightwish. Awesome. Well, that's the end, so now let's go talk about it. For those of you joining at the premiere, I hope you enjoyed this surprise double reaction. And for those of you watching later, it's not going to be a surprise, but I still hope you enjoyed it because I know I did, man. That was one hell of a rock song, no pun intended. I just could not help headbang to that, man. All around, it was awesome. It sounded good. I loved that Yuka was doing like a lot of crazy double bass stuff through the majority of that. Super cool. And I swear I'm not just trying to be the peacekeeper to stay out of this singer argument that a lot of people get into, but I would not be disappointed if either versions of that song came up on a playlist. They were both great, even with different singers. Every singer in Nightwish so far that I've heard, all three of them, brings something a little bit different to the table in terms of the vocal style. And it doesn't change the song that drastically, it just gives it a little bit of a difference that's still enjoyable, man. And I just don't get the argument. I mean, it's gotta be allegiances to the singers. I know the earlier Nightwish fans were really disappointed when Tarja was kicked out of the band, but you know, coming into this later, I'm just trying to appreciate all of this for what it is, and it's great, all of it. I honestly love this band, I really do. So, we have one more week of Nightwish reactions until I finally do Poet and the Pendulum. I told you guys it was going to be on my 15th Nightwish reaction on this channel. This was 13. 14 is next week. So for next week, drop your comments below on what you want to see me react to before I do Poet. And make sure you give a thumbs up and like the comment on the song you want to hear, because honestly, next week, I'm probably going to react to whatever comment in this section has the most upvotes. So, get to it. I'm going to react to whatever that song ends up being. And if this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe. I'm releasing new videos 6 days a week. I stream on Twitch and do a Q&A every Sunday, and I stream games on there every now and then too. So, make sure those alerts are on. You'll be notified the second stuff comes out. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like. If you disliked the video, no big deal. Go ahead and dislike it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I also have my own Discord server that I hang out on often. I also hang out on the Night Dreamers React-A-Side Discord, which is a Discord server for Nightwish fans from all over the world. And we don't just talk about the band, we talk about a lot of other stuff too, and it's a great community. So I'll link that in the description below if you would like to join. And my handle on all of social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.